YouTube. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? Welcome one, welcome all. Welcome to episode number 876 of Navigating the Modern World with Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition, live from Red Morton Park. And it's chilly. It's my outside temperature gauge in my car said 55 degrees, but it feels like it's just dipping fast. It's cold. But regardless, in any weather, I'm out and about on another walk with purpose, like I said. And I've got a great topic here to discuss today. I can't even talk. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit tired. I've got a lot going on. All good stuff. But I'm just a little bit worn out, a little bit, just to be honest with you folks. But as they say in show business, right, the show must go on. Today we're going to be talking about everything. Eventually, everything falls into place. If ... Eventually, everything falls into place. If ... What comes after the if? It's pretty cut and dry what comes after the if. Everything eventually falls into place if you don't give up. If you believe in yourself. If you keep pushing forward. No matter what. No matter what anyone says. That includes friends, family, significant others. Everything that you want to accomplish, as long as it's something reasonable and ethical. Let me be very clear. Anything you want to accomplish that's above board, that's ethical and legal, and a good thing, will eventually fall into place if you never give up. If you just ignore the hate, if you can't obviously ignore family and significant others and stuff like that, but if you don't let even them get in the way of what you're trying to accomplish, and if you're challenged by family members or significant others or friends or people that are really close to you, if you truly believe in what you're trying to accomplish, you will stand up for yourself even in front of them, do it politely and respectfully, and say, hey, this is my purpose. And I understand you feel this may not be the right purpose for me. But I know this is what my purpose is, and if you try to take this purpose away from me and try to stop me from accomplishing this purpose, then I am nothing. Now, especially when it comes to men, our purpose is everything. But even for ladies, for women nowadays, because women have risen up, women are working, and they want to have a purpose. They've always wanted to have a purpose, and now you have your opportunities and your rights to have your purpose. So let's be fair and equal here and say, hey, look, every man and woman has a purpose. And if you try to stop someone from reaching their purpose, you're basically trying to stop them from being themselves. You're trying to turn them into what you may want out of them or what you think they should be like or be about. And that's definitely not right. That's not good. That's very selfish. That's very inconsiderate and selfish. It's a lot on my plate right now, and I've been working on a lot of things behind the scenes. And I've just pretty much learned to just ignore all the nonsense. I suggest that you ignore all the nonsense as well. Because if you let other people's nonsense get to you or consume you, that consumes the majority of your time and your energy, then what are you going to have left to feed into pushing your purpose forward, whatever that may be? I have learned so much about people and how people truly are over the last 6.5 years that I've been doing this pretty much full time on YouTube. I have encountered all walks of life, all types of people, all types of personalities, all types of races, ages, national origins, etc. And I don't discriminate towards anyone based on any of that. But what I will say is that, wow, you give people a voice, you give people a platform like social media where anyone can run their voice, run their mouth, and wow. Wow. And I have never seen more hypocrisy in my life or any other period of time since the era of social media became the main way people communicate nowadays. Facebook, YouTube, etc. More so YouTube because people create content out here. They live stream out here. They put out pre-recorded videos. They put out shorts. Never have I seen in my life people pretend to be your friend 1 minute and then stab you in the back the next minute. 1 minute they're talking nicely to you, and then the next minute they're going and trash talking you on other people's channels. Pretty petty and childish shit, right? I'll tell you, the one thing that gets to me the most, that bugs me the most, is when people have something to say about me instead of reaching out to me and either talking with me privately behind the scenes or setting up a show on their channel or my channel and asking me directly about any issue you may have with me. They bypass me and then they go vomit their feelings about me to other channels. In many cases, those are channels that, let's just be nice and say, dislike me, right? The level of maturity that I've seen on social media is pretty much non-existent. The level of bullying, harassment, abuse, stalking, defamation of character. Again, you give people a platform where they can plug in a USB mic. A USB mic, I don't use those anymore. I got a real XLR mic, the Shure SM7B. I'm not knocking anyone that uses a USB mic, they're just very easy to use. And some of them are okay quality. But that's not professional audio, it's audio. But you can plug in a USB microphone, click go live, have a webcam, and run your mouth. Anyone can do that nowadays. So when anyone has access to that, with no disrespect intended, you're going to get a bunch of garbage to filter through. Now, I'm not knocking people that are legitimately trying to create something, right? But there are a lot of abusive people on social media and the internet that intentionally create abusive content because if they try to create genuine content, no one's going to watch them. They won't take them seriously, right? And like I've said before, and I'll say it again, it is what it is. In order for those creators to be able to spew nonsense out of their mouths with a USB microphone, they can easily plug in and use a webcam, right? Or a lot of times, a lot of these people don't even turn on their camera because they're ashamed to show themselves, so they'll just run their mouths with their voice and not show their face. I like that one even better, right? But people that run channels like that only continue coming around if they have an audience of people that support them. And unfortunately, there are audiences of people that support hateful and abusive content. And that's really sad. It really is. It's absolutely super sad. There's some people here on the sidewalk. So I'm going to wait. All right, we're good now. The point I'm trying to make here is that despite all of this, eventually, if you keep moving forward, if you keep on believing in yourself, if you don't give up, eventually, whatever you're trying to accomplish, even being a YouTuber, it will fall into place. Now, there are some people that I thought were my friends at some point, or at one point. That have decided to, instead of reach out to me directly and talk with me, like I said, they've decided to go on other panels of people that dislike me, that don't like me, right? And there's one said person that has said that they are out of the drama, they want nothing to do with drama, yet, number one, they went on a drama show recently and talked about me, right? Instead of coming to me directly, right? And number two, they're going to go on another drama show soon and pretty much spew the same thing they probably said on the initial show of a different creator. And then this person has the nerve to tell me to just back away and stop talking about certain people. He's also told the same people to back away and stop talking about me. And I've told this person many times over the years. I've known this person for many, many years from YouTube. And deep within, I think they're a good person. They just keep getting tossed around like a football or a ping pong ball. Bunk, 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 right? And sir, if you want to continue to allow people to keep swatting you back and forth like a ping pong ball, that's on you. Now, I don't have to mention your name, and I'm not going to, and many people will probably figure out who it is that have been a part of my community for a while, good, bad, or indifferent, right? This is more about the moral of the story here. The moral of the story is, while you're telling me to stop talking about certain people that have been talking about me for years, that just won't stop talking about me even if I go a year straight without talking about them, which is what you don't understand, while you're telling me to move on and you're telling them to move on, and then at the same time you're saying that you don't want to be a part of drama, instead of coming to the non-drama channel over here and sharing your story and finding peace and solace, you now go to all the drama channels to keep the drama moving forward. And so, sir, I'm not going to mention your name. You'll figure out. People will figure out who it is, and I don't care. Your hypocrisy, sir, is astronomical. Through the roof. You're running your mouth. And you're being a hypocrite at the same time. You're preaching stuff that you're not living yourself, sir. How in the world can you preach anything positive when you're violating your own words? Hypocrite, sir. And I pray for you. I pray for everyone to end stupid nonsense, including you, sir. I pray for you to end stupid nonsense, but you keep on feeding into it. And then you try to mask it by shifting the blame on me. That's called blame shifting, sir. Sir, I don't feed into drama. All I've ever done is stand up for myself and the people I care for that are being abused and stalked and harassed and defamed out here on YouTube by many imbeciles that have no other life or other content, period. End of story. I'd have a lot more respect for you, sir, if instead of slapping me in the face every time you disagree with something that I say, right, you come to me and we talk about it instead of go to the enemy's house. And the enemy's house is the drama capital of the world, which you say you don't want to be a part of drama, sir. You have a funny way of showing that. Right? And you don't understand, sir, that you're just being used for entertainment. You're being used to try to talk shit about me because I'm the draw and I have the audience. Yes, I am the draw. You're not the draw, sir. I'm the draw. And I say that with humility, but I am the draw, which is why you're also talking about me. I also saw your views go from under 10 views a video to almost 100 views when you talked about me. So, wow, I can understand why you'd want to talk about me, right? You can talk about me, but at least be fair and come to me if you have an issue with me instead of going to the drama shit show enemy house or enemy's house, right? And just because, sir, you are technically disabled, I'm not attacking your disability. I'm not attacking you at all. I'm responding to your stupidity, sir. I'm not bullying you, sir. I don't bully anyone. I am not a bully. But I will challenge anyone that does stupid shit, whether you're disabled or not. A disability has nothing to do with the words you say, right? Even if you have a speech impediment, which I know you don't, but other people do. Even if you have a speech impediment, the words you say can hurt someone. It doesn't give you a free pass to attack and bully people on the internet because you're disabled, and then you can wave the D flag, right? I gotta say, sir, I really wish you had more balls to come and talk to me, knowing that we've known each other for over 6 years, like you mentioned. And you don't have the balls to confront and talk with a man that you have issues with or you want to share some thoughts on when I'm the most reasonable one out here. I've always been good to you more than anyone. There's a fiesta going on. Tuba, 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 tuba. Okay, we're gonna mute for a second. We'll be right back. All right. We should be unmuted here. Yeah, we should be unmuted. I don't want to get a copyright claim, even though there's incidental coverage on mobile streams. Incidental copyright claim coverage, meaning that unless you sit there and just play the copyrighted music for like a minute or two straight, and it's not in the background, it's in the foreground, you more than likely will not get a copyright claim. I just don't take any chances. I don't want the. I'm sure that there's, all the Hispanic music is in YouTube's content ID system. And by the way, sir, you can go tonight and you can run your mouth all you want. And you can let people incite you or encourage you, however you want to say it, to say certain things. Hey, blah, blah, blah. So what are your thoughts about Eli? What do you really think about Eli? Right. Let's incite and encourage this person to entertain the audience, right? You fall for it every time, man. You're still falling for it. It's really sad. That's why, sir, your words contradict themselves and they're meaningless. When you contradict yourself, then anything you say is pretty much meaningless, right? You got to practice what you preach if you want things to be meaningful, right? And you got to stop selling your soul because you think selling your soul is going to make you, number one, feel better to go vent to my enemies. And number two, you think that's going to bring you more traction. Your traction is based off my name, sir. Hi, Tia, how are you doing? Good evening, Eli says. Tia, good evening. Tia, how are you doing? Great to see you here. Tia, I sent you a couple more messages behind the scenes that I think you're going to find very interesting. I sent you a couple of quick ones a few hours ago. I know you hadn't heard them yet. But yeah, if you have heard them, they're pretty interesting, aren't they? Eli's learned to keep his mouth shut. Oh, yeah. Eli's learned to keep his mouth shut. How's your night going, Tia? I'm on lap number 2. I'm probably going to do 3 laps tonight. Tia says, okay, great. I'll listen after the stream and get back to you. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure you're going to be... I'm sure you're going to be pretty floored once you hear what I sent you. You know what's funny, Tia? I'll tell you what's really funny. Out here on YouTube, people forget some of the things that they've said in the past, right? Now, here's the thing. It's one thing if you say something that's not so nice, right? If you just tease someone or anything like that. But it's another thing, Tia, if people are making threats on YouTube, right? It's another thing if people are making threats. And I'm more focused on actual threats, right? That's what my concern is. Because we've all said some things we don't mean in the past, including myself. I've said some things years ago, right? And those things are in the past and they are irrelevant, right? But threats are something that I don't take very lightly, and neither should anyone else, right? TS is good. I got my Christmas tree up. I'm going all out this year in honor of my real husband. I like how you put real in capitals. REAL, all in caps. Because some people out here that don't like me, right? Or gang stalk me out here on YouTube every day. As a part of that, they gang stalk you to try to get to me, right? Or anyone that's supporting me legitimately, right? I wouldn't let a bunch of YouTube wannabes that are also playing the role of gang stalkers on the internet try to get to you by making up stuff about you or your husband or anything. It's irrelevant, you know what I mean? But I get it. I get what you're saying. Right? It doesn't. Yeah, I understand. I understand that. And I believe you. I fully believe you. I think at this point, Tia, at this point, I think you and I are just taking notes and preparing how to better the GNA here, the Genuine Networking Association, my organization, the GNA, for 2025, because we're taking notes on how to help other people on this platform and across social media and even in the real world that are struggling with bullying, cyberbullying, which is the online version of bullying, harassment, defamation of character, slander, libel. Libel, let me tell you this. Slander spoken, libel written. Things that people write on their community walls can be considered libel. Now, if you're stating opinions, that's one thing. You can state your opinions, but if people state things as facts, or they repeat the same stuff over and over and over again, that's stalking. And you, Tia, and I are just taking notes because in 2025, anyone that needs help, we will help them and guide them in the right direction of how to properly handle their situation. Right? We will share with them how to best protect themselves, like I've done, to put things or put measures in place to best protect myself. And I got to tell you this, you better believe it, those measures are already starting to pay off. Most people haven't seen it yet, but they're starting to pay off. And that's why you don't give up. Eventually, everything will fall into place if ... if you don't give up. If you keep pushing forward, if you keep on believing in yourself, right? If you don't allow people's empty threats, especially on the internet, to bully you off the platform, right? Time to take off the shades. It's starting to get a little dark. The sun's just... We are at 36 minutes. You know what's even more funny? Or funnier, let's just speak properly. My apologies. I try to be the grammar Nazi, but I don't always get it right. But you know what's funnier, Tia? You know what's funnier? I've come across people on this YouTube platform that it's not about playing one side of the fence or playing the other side of the fence or even playing both sides of one fence. There are people on this platform that play all sides of all fences, right? And those people that play all sides of all fences, I have to ask those people, what do you stand for? If you're playing all sides of every fence, right? Whether you agree or disagree on some of those sides, what is your purpose on YouTube, right? Now, I'm not talking about anyone or any people in particular. I've just seen many YouTubers play all sides of all fences, right? And it makes me wonder, what do you actually stand for? What is your purpose, right? What are you trying to accomplish? Or is it just how much shit you can accomplish if you can run the best shit show? By the way, Tyson lost last night. Share my thoughts about the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight. It was only 8 rounds, and it was only 2 minutes per round. I don't know if they did that because Tyson's 58. But regardless, for 58 years old, Tyson actually won the first 2 rounds. He came out hard, and then I think he was running out of gas. But he survived the whole fight. He didn't get knocked out. That says a lot about how strong that guy is. And he actually worked out really hard, I think for like 8 or 9 months, and got into really good shape again. And for a 58-year-old guy, I mean, he's looking pretty good, right? And I still think he could beat most of anybody on this planet. I got to say, as much as I'm not a fan of Jake Paul, I think he's one cocky and arrogant bastard, but he's a hell of a fighter. He is. He's a hell of a fighter. He's actually a pretty damn good fighter. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And my opinions of the type of person I think you are doesn't define how good you are or aren't at something, right? But I'll tell you, that was probably one of the best live events I've seen in a long time. The only problem was I think there was like 120 million people on there, and Netflix, like a lot of people were complaining across the country or across the world that Netflix was buffering. My Netflix never buffered, but there were times where the video quality, people were saying, looked like a VHS tape or worse. It was blurry. That's because there wasn't enough bandwidth. So I can't even talk. Netflix's internet bandwidth servers were so overly loaded, especially right when Tyson came out. Like right when Tyson came out, everyone tuned in. And it looked pretty bad for a little while. But then for the rest of the fight, for the most part, I think Netflix was, adjusting bandwidth across the globe. Like they have servers that they can probably adjust like Google does. But they did that production all on their own. And people were saying they should have hired an outside company to do it, which would have probably cost them a lot more for a better production. But it wasn't a bad production for their first live event. But yeah, it's like when you're paying 15 to 20 bucks a month for Netflix and you want to watch it in crystal clear HD, and you have bandwidth issues. I mean, that needs to be resolved. Like YouTube has got way more people on than Netflix will ever have. And they have no issues because they've got massive servers everywhere. I think it's time for Netflix to maybe get together with Google and find a way to increase their bandwidth, their server capacity. Did you notice that, TL, last night when you were watching? Was your Netflix did you buffer at all? Or were you just kind of like losing the crispness every once in a while of the HD, and it was blurry for a little while? That happens when there's not enough internet bandwidth coming. Either it could be on your end or their end. And I have a fiber line. Many people have fiber lines now. I have enormous bandwidth at my place. It was coming on their end. They didn't have enough bandwidth to send out to everyone. So, anyway. But anyway, hey, congrats to you, Jake Paul. It's all good. And I'm just beginning to think that whole thing was put on for a show. Jake Paul's always been a showman. Oh, I didn't watch it. Oh, yeah. You were telling me behind the scenes that you saw the results online. You read about it. That's right. Well, to the channel you just banned called We Know All of Your Lies, I'll say I know all of your truths. And I'm not a liar. In the past, I lied about my living situation because I was protecting my family. But besides that, I'm not a liar. And any of my, so to speak, lies are nowhere nearly as bad as some of you that have truths out there. Some of your truths, that is, right? It's all good. It's all good. Hey, I'll tell you, right around the corner is 2025. 2025 is right around the corner, and I will tell you, I have no doubt in my mind that soon a lot of people are going to start to see me in a different light. I have no doubt about that. A lot of people will soon start to see me in a different light. Yeah. Well, Tia, are you telling me that soccer count was talking about RJ? They're talking about RJ because I didn't want to mention him. I won't mention his last name. Don't mention his last name. I don't want to give him any notoriety. Yes, it was saying RJ would never team up with you again. I'd never team up with RJ again either. Not after the guy stabbed me in the back for like the 60th time in the last 6 years, right? And you know, if you want to come out here and troll and you're getting off on the same shit that's happened 60 other times, then you're a pathetic soccer count person, whoever you are in real life, because you're a real person hiding behind the account. And I think I know who you are because you're back. You're back and you're triggered, dude. You're back and you're triggered. And yeah, I mean, all I got to say, dude, is you better watch yourself. And I say that respectfully. And that's not a threat. I don't threaten anyone. And I didn't mention any names. So you could it could be anyone that's assumed, right? But I think I know who you are. And I just got to say, you better watch yourself. Right? And you also have to understand, sir, that the only threats that are credible legally are direct threats. Saying you better watch yourself is not a credible threat. It's not a threat. It's basically a warning saying that if you continue doing dumb shit to someone like me, it could cost you legally at some point, right? A credible threat is when somebody specifically states that they are going to do harm to someone, or if you do this, then this will be the last time, blah blah blah, right? Something like that. That, for example purposes, that's a threat, a credible threat. One more lap to go. One more lap to go. We're about to head back to the music. So I'm gonna mute for a second. Be right back in about a minute. All right, we're back live. We're back live. Yeah, Tia, can you hear me and see me? Let me know. I should be back. We are at 50 minutes. Today is day 22 of the GNA membership drive. You want to become a member? Subscribe here. Bang the bell, select the notifications, and go below in the description and subscribe to the main channel. Share towards the top of the description section. On the main channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. This is GNA 2, Genuine Live Personal Development. TS says yes. All right, I'm going to wait for some people to pass on by. Do 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 do. You're back to trolling, huh, dude? You know what, dude? I know you're watching. And I know you know who I'm talking about. And no, this is not the entitled guy. No, this is not the entitled guy. Let me make it very clear. This is not the entitled guy. This guy is far worse, in my opinion, than the entitled guy has ever been or will ever be. But yeah, you got bored, dude, so you're back running your mouth again. You're really, really triggered, aren't you, sir? I'm gonna tell you this, sir. I promise you that in 2025, or let's just put it this way, by 2025, sir, you're going to be even more triggered. Because there's some great stuff coming. There's some great stuff coming down the pipe, sir. And I guarantee you, it's going to trigger the living shit out of you. And, sir, I'm not trying to intentionally trigger you. I would never do that to anyone, sir. All I ever do, sir, is stand up for myself and other innocent people that are being bullied and harassed and stalked and defamed by people like you, sir. That's my opinion, sir. All I'm going to say that all I'm going to say is that 2025 is going to be incredible. Incredible. Because some great things are in the works. Some great things are in the works that are going to blow people's minds. Let's just put it that way. I've been busy. I've had a lot to do. More than you know. Someone was coming too big. I think they were like huskies, some breed of huskies. TS says, the troll said you would never win. This isn't about winning or losing. It's about doing what's right. Huh. Who said I'm trying to win at anything? The only person I compete with, sir, or ma'am, but in this case it's a sir, You know, I know who it is, Tia. It's not about winning or losing. It's about how you play the game. I play the game respectfully, professionally, maturely, and lawfully, and ethically. Sir, you and some people that you associate with have zero ethics, zero morals, and zero values, right? That's okay, sir. You are entitled to your opinions, right? You're entitled to your opinions, sir. And in 2025, sir, I'm trying to roll things out as quickly as possible. Some things may roll out before 2025. But once you start to see some things roll out, sir, yeah. Eventually, everything will fall into place if ... is the topic today. Eventually, everything will fall into place. That also means eventually, people that are causing harm and doing things onto others that they wouldn't want done upon them, eventually, those people are going to face their judgment day, right? Eventually, those people are going to face their judgment day, right? Right? Someone just came in here and threatened me. I don't even know who they are. Coach Jay, are you the one with the drone footage? I really don't care, sir. I really don't care. You can keep on getting triggered, dude. Surprise coming your way tomorrow, sir. That's fine, dude. Do what you gotta do, sir. Do what you gotta do. Just remember, Big Brother's always watching. Always watching, sir. That troll is a joke. Oh, yeah. It's Coach J, Tia. Coach J's back on the scene. He's super triggered. He's super triggered when he hasn't been involved in anything, right? Coach J, you aren't even a blip on my radar, dude. Most of you are not even a blip on my radar. Keep running your mouth, Coach J. And sir, one day, I don't wish harm upon anyone, including you, Coach J. But one day, Coach Jay, you're going to run your mouth to the wrong person. That's not going to be me. But you're going to run your mouth to the wrong person. God has a plan. God has a plan, dude. God has a plan for everyone. And when you disgrace the Lord, that plan will typically go sideways and get derailed. Because God wants to have a good plan for everyone. But in life, you only get back what you put out. And here's the thing, sir. Your cheap shots and your cheap threats on the stock account, right, are only inspiring me and motivating me to work harder and smarter to build a bigger and better GNA to start off the beginning of 2025. You got bored, huh, dude? You got bored sitting on the sidelines, right? You got bored sitting on the sidelines, sir, because you ran away when the stove got too hot, sir. You got scared, sir, which I understand why you got scared, sir. If I did some of the dumb shit that you've done publicly out here on YouTube, I'd be scared too. I would. But I haven't done that, sir. You've done some dumb shit, and you know it, sir. That's all, dude. So you want to come in here and threaten me on stock accounts, dude? You do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do, dude. I don't care. Pretty funny, huh, to you? Pretty funny. You know, this bike has been here for a while. I wonder if it's like locked or something. Maybe that's where it's supposed to be parked. You pay money and it unlocks. I got drone footage of you and Dawn. Okay. Well, here's the thing, sir. Whatever it is, sir, unless you put it out there under your name, you can't take credit for it. If you put it out on the sock account, who gets the credit for it, sir? And if you put it out there publicly, sir, then that's called invasion of privacy. So, yeah, sir. You want to put shit out on stock accounts so you can't be identified for invading my privacy, sir? Then do what you got to do, sir. But just stop trolling, dude. Get over yourself, dude. Like I've been over this. I was never into the game you wanted to play out here. And dude, if you want my attention, all you have to do is ask, dude. All you have to do is ask. Now, I'll decline because I'm not interested in legitimately talking with you, but if you're going to troll and threaten with dumb shit anonymously, I'm going to call you out. Yep. And let's see, sir. Let's see, sir, how quickly you run away after you do more dumb shit. You're going to run and hide, right? You're going to run and hide. All because you want to poke fun at some guy on the internet that keeps banning you and doesn't want to talk with you, so you amp it up to the point of where you're doing harassing type of things. You're threatening to do certain types of things. And you don't realize, sir, that actions have consequences. And I'm not afraid of you or anyone. I'm not afraid of you or anyone, sir. I'm standing tall here for the future of my organization that's going to protect other people from your dumb shit. From your words. Yak. From your words that mean zero, sir. I mean, if my response to you is triggering you to the point of where you want to put stuff out, sir, that would be violating me in some way, shape, or form, violating me unlawfully, you do that to yourself, sir. And if you want to put it on sock accounts, you can't take the credit for it, sir. And here's the thing, sir. You know what gets you off the most? This is the sad and sick thing about you, sir. You know what gets you off the most is using your name and publicly shaming me or attacking me or defaming me, using your name and showing your face, sir. Because you're a big internet tough guy, sir. You're a big internet tough guy. You're an internet bully, sir. You're a proud internet bully. And you know what I am, sir? I'm anti-bully. I'm a proud person that supports anti-bullying. That's what we do here at the GNA. That is a mentally sick individual. In my opinion, I would agree with you, Tia. In my opinion, this is the thing nowadays. You really don't have to say, in my opinion, for something to be your opinion. But nowadays, because some whack jobs out here like to threaten with slander suits when they're not, when they've been more slanderous and defamatory and stalkerish than anyone else on the planet. So we're just going to say, hey, look, in my opinion, he is mentally ill. He lacks emotional self-control, in my opinion. Actually, I've seen him have many outbursts, so that's a fact, because I can prove through your video, sir, that you lack severe emotional self-control, sir. A severe lack of emotional self-control, Tia. And that's a very unattractive quality to women, because women look up to a man for their strength, especially their emotional strength. Yes, they want a man to be physically strong. but they also want a man to be emotionally strong and mentally sound, right? You, sir, in my opinion, are not mentally sound, and in my opinion, you're not emotionally stable, sir. Now, the other troll was saying Hulk Hogan versus Jake Paul. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see what Terry Hulk Hogan has in him. But here's the thing: Terry Hulk Hogan was never a boxer. Terry Hulk Hogan was an acting wrestler for WWF, now known as WWE. So, you know, I don't know. I don't think Hogan could beat Jake Paul because he's not a boxer. If Hogan was a boxer, Hogan's in great shape still. Hogan's a big dude. He's a huge dude. I think Mike Tyson right now could take Hogan. If see what would be a great fight would be Tyson and Hogan, because I think Hogan's in his late 50s too. I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. That was Derringer singing Real American. That was a song that was played every time Hogan would come out. Hulkamania, man. Hulkamania. I definitely was a Hulkamaniac. If you folks haven't seen the Vince McMahon documentary. I think it's on Netflix. I can't remember. It's either on Netflix, Hulu, or Peacock. I think it's on Netflix. Just, look for the it's called Mr. McMahon is what it's called. Look for the Mr. McMahon documentary. I think it's on Netflix. Very interesting. Very interesting. When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. You hear me, sir? When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. See, the song goes like this, dude. If you hurt my friends, then you hurt my pride. I gotta be a man. I can't let it slide. I am a real. Well, you know what? I've been saying lately that I'm not proud to be an American, but I am a real American. I'm a real American. I'm just not proud to be an American right now because of some things going on. But who knows? I could change my tune tomorrow. But I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. Well, I also fight for the rights of women too, but that's how the song went. I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life. That was great. And Hogan would walk in with the Hulkamania yellow shirt, and then he would rip the Hulkamania shirt and throw it off the Hulkamania tank and throw it off into the audience. I bet that was a special shirt that ripped easily, because some of those tank tops, even the strongest dudes would struggle to rip it as easily as Hogan would. That thing was made to rip. But it was just what Hogan's character stood for. What Hogan's character stood for was what I always valued and respect about Terry Hulk Hogan. Give me a second. I'm going to mute for a second. We're in the music zone. All right, can you hear me again, Tia? Can you hear me again? We're back. We are at 75 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes. Folks, start getting your final questions, comments, or concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in about 5 minutes or so. Tia says yes. I want to thank everyone for being here. And give me a second, I'll be right back. All right. We are back live. We should be back live. What the hell was that? Oh, that was a big stick on the ground. Gotta tell you, lots of great stuff. Lots of great stuff coming to the GNA and here on the GNA channels. And I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you the game. The game is going to change soon because we are for real. And we are in progress of connecting with many new people. And like I said, we've been in progress of dotting our I's and crossing our T's. You know, I've been very focused on better protecting the GNA, my business, and my brand. And as more and more things come into fruition that have been put in place, you know, we'll let you know. If there's one thing I've really learned out here on YouTube is you don't have to share everything with everyone. You can keep your mouth shut and make people wonder. Right? You can keep your mouth shut and make people wonder. Right? I love all of you. Good, bad, and different. I have love for all of you. I don't like some of the things some of you do. But I don't have hatred for anyone in general. Thank you for doing your walk with purpose, always enjoyable. Thank you, Tia. I appreciate that. All right, time to go, folks. Have a good one. Take care, and as always, please be good to each other. Good night.